Dear students, I myself, Dr. Bharat Parab, discussing simple interest and compound interest, its definition, their formulae, and difference in SI and CI, that is simple interest and compound interest. So we take simple interest first. The formula of simple interest is given here. Simple interest equal to principal P into rate of interest R upon 100 into number of years n. So we take all these short forms and write the formula in short form here. SI is simple interest equal to P into R upon 100 into n, so that we can use this very easily. Okay, so this is a formula. You need to buy at this. Okay, now to understand this in better manner or clearly, let us solve one example. This is an example. A sum of rupees 10,000 was kept in a bank at a simple interest of 8% for 2 years. Now we have all these quantities. This is P, this is R, and this is N. Okay. Find the simple interest and amount bank has to pay, of course, up to 2 years. Okay. Looking at above formula, we have principal P is 10,000. This is 10,000. Rate of interest R, this is 8, and number of years 2 years. Okay, now we take this formula and substitute all this in this formula, and we get simple interest equal to 10,000 into 8 upon 100 into 2, and cancelling all the zeros, and we get 1600 rupees. Okay, so this is the interest, this is a simple interest. Now bank will pay principal amount plus simple interest. The bank will have to pay 10,000 plus 1600, 11600 rupees. Don't forget to write this unit. Okay. But calculating compound interest, we calculate simple interest for 1 year as. So if you want to calculate this, there we are trying to find the difference between simple interest and compound interest. Okay, then we are trying to find out simple interest for 1 year only. The same formula, 10,000 into 8 upon 100 into 1, that is 800. So this was the interest paid for the first year. Okay, but in case of compound interest, we add this interest to the principal amount, and the principal amount changes for the second year. See here, the bank will have to pay 10,000 plus 800, that is 10,800 rupees for the first year, and this is a new principal to calculate simple interest for another 1 year, that is second year. As we take the same formula here, principal changes as 800, the previous simple interest added to this, it becomes 10800. So we take the same formula, 10800 into 8 divided by 100 into 1. We are calculating for 1 year and 1 year separately. So second year they got 864 rupees. Okay, this is the second year interest. So if we add to this is already been added to this. So for the second year, 10800 plus 864 gives 11664. Naturally, this and this, for compound interest it is more, and for simple interest it is less. This is the difference between simple interest and compound interest. Okay, got it? So we go ahead. So we carry forward this statement from the previous slide, that bank will have to pay 11664 rupees. We have calculated this from simple interest separately for each year. Okay, so amount is more in case of simple interest because first year simple interest has been added to the principal of the first year to calculate the principal of second year. Okay, So second year principal was more because simple interest of first year was added to this, and this is called as compound interest. The moment you add like this is called as compound interest. So that is the definition of compound interest. Okay. So there is a formula to calculate the compound interest. And so we calculate the same amount by the formula, and the formula of the compound interest is, here we don't calculate only interest, but this is amount A. Remember this is not only interest. Amount A for compound interest equal to principal P into, and into bracket 1 plus R upon 100 and whole raised to n. Okay, remember this is very important formula. So remember this properly and try to solve the problems. In this, P is principal, R is rate of interest, and n is number of years. We will explain about this n in next slide or next video, and you will get clear idea about this formula and n. Okay, the time being take it as it is and try to solve the problem. Okay, now substitute the quantities in this, that this is a principal 10,000 into 1 plus 8 upon 100 the whole square, taking LCM of the bracket you get it like this, 10,000 into this, that becomes 108 upon 100 the whole square, and that is like this, 108 upon 100 into 108 upon 100, then the 0 is cancelled, and 108 into 108, that is 11664 rupees. Don't forget to write these rupees or unit. Now you can see this and this quantity, it is same. We have calculated this by this formula and this by the definition. Okay, the both are same, the formula is also correct. Okay, so this is same as simple interest calculated twice as shown. Okay, so now again we recall the compound interest definition is when simple interest is added to the principal after a certain period. Here this is very important, asterisk it, because yearly or half yearly or quarterly we may add. So n changes, we will see this change in further video, and we will see, and the interest is calculated on this new principal, we call it as compound interest. Okay, so though actually there is not much difference, only interest of the previous years is added for the second year, that is the difference, but that small difference literally makes a very large difference after few years. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, so we go ahead with this to solve the problems. So let us solve an example on simple interest and compound interest. Okay, I'm just trying to solve one example. You try to solve as many examples as you can. As you go ahead, you will find it very easy, and remembering formula after solving example is very easy. You use it every time. Not only this, any formula, if you try to solve the problem, and then formula can be remembered, you need not to by head it separately, it automatically get by head. Okay, so this is a example. A sum of rupees 10,000 was kept in the bank at the simple interest of 9% for 2 years. Earlier we had solved it for 8% for 2 years, now it is 9% for 2 years. Amount is same, so it is simple example. Okay, find simple interest and amount bank has to pay. Okay, now principal P is 10,000, rate of interest R is 9, and number of years 2. So very simple example. Simple interest formula, we get it, principal P into rate of interest R divided by 100 into 2 is 1800. If you after cancelling all the zeros, you get 900 into 2 is 1800. So this is only interest. Remember, in case of compound interest previously we have found this, we get as the total amount, and here we get only interest. Okay, so we denote it like that, total amount with compound interest, and this is only simple interest. Okay, remember that. Okay, hence when bank has to pay, we have to add it separately. 10,000 plus 1800 is 11800 rupees. Okay, this is one example on simple interest, and we will be calculating or some same example by compound interest also. Okay, so after solving an example on simple interest, we come ahead to solve the example on compound interest. This is the formula for compound interest. Amount A for compound interest equal to principal P into 1 plus R upon 100 and whole raised to n. Okay, this is amount, not interest. As in simple interest formula, that was only simple interest, and this is amount. Okay, remember this fact. Now the P stands for principal, then R for the rate of interest, and N for number of years. Okay, we will be discussing this N in other videos. Okay, so example on compound interest, this will clear the idea. To find compound interest, CI stands for compound interest, on sum of rupees 8,000 for 2 years at 5% per annum, compounded annually. Remember this term, compounded annually. You will come across this term, compounded annually, compounded half yearly, compounded quarterly. Okay, and the formula is going to change accordingly. We will see this in other videos, but for time being, this is compounded annually. So n is equal to 2 now. Okay, you will see this again. So P is equal to 8,000, R is n 5%, and n equal to 2. Okay, so we substitute all this in this formula. Amount A in this formula is 8,000 into bracket 1 plus 5 upon 100, the whole bracket raised to 2. So 8,000 into, we take LCM in this bracket, 100 plus 5 upon 100 raised to 2 equal to 8,000 into 105 upon 100 and whole bracket raised to 2. Okay, so this is very simple mathematical calculations, and we split this as this to cancel the zeros and other quantities, and we get 8820. This is the amount after 2 years. Okay, this is not only interest, this is the amount. So if we have to calculate interest, you need to subtract the principal amount, the 8820 minus 8,000 is 820 rupees. Okay, try to solve the problems, and then we need not remember this separately. You will every time write it and remember not only this, all the formulas. If you try to solve the problems, and you will not face any difficulty. Okay, this is Dr. Bharat Parab for you. If you face any difficulty, let me know through comment section and I shall definitely solve it. Okay, so go ahead. Thank you.